Did you know that the Miracle 1 tactic, the tactic that Indonesia used to dominate and win the FIFAe Football Manager World Cup tournament last year, is actually inspired by a different tactic on Football Manager? I wasn't really sure at first, but I did some research and did some digging and then looked at some Discord conversations and also read through some forums in the Football Manager community and came across a particular tactic that actually resembles the Miracle 1 tactic. Rumor has it that the Miracle 1 tactic is actually a tweaked version of this tactic, but we did a bit of research to actually go and find the tactic itself, and then I stumbled on the mystery tactic in FM Arena. In this video, we'll look at the tactic in detail, look at all the player rules, all the internal player instructions, and all the team instructions, and look at the similarities between this tactic and the Miracle 1 tactic. I'm currently not using the tactic in this save, so I do have to load it up, so give me a few seconds. So now we have the tactic all loaded up, and we see here it's known as the God of Chaos version 1 for Football Manager 2024, and you can find it in FM Arena. But we're going to look at all the player roles now. Now the goalkeeper here is a super keeper on defend duty, and they've added only one instruction for him, which is for him to tackle harder. If you look at the fullbacks, so we're going to jump into them, you can see that we have a fullback here on attack duty, which is very similar to what we see in the Miracle 1 tactic. For this one, the fullback is going to take more risk, cross on the byline, cut inside with the ball, stay wider, and tackle harder. It's for the same for the left and the right hand sided fullback, so they're just going to be the ones to cut inside, try to take advantage of the middle, because there will be a lot of space and the opposition's defenders may not really take care of this central area a lot, so that's why you have the cut inside with the ball instruction for your fullback. In central defense, there are two ball playing defenders and both of them have the same instruction, which is just to dribble more, carry the ball into the defense, and then tackle harder. Very similar to the Miracle 1 tactic. Where we might start to see a difference is in the defensive midfield, where you can see that there are two defensive midfielders on support DT, but they have the instruction to take more risk. Now, I'm not sure about the Miracle 1 tactic. I think that in that one, there isn't a take more risk instruction. You're just kind of relying on the player's creativity to actually go ahead and take the passes. But in case there is a take more risk instruction on the Miracle 1 tactic, you can let me know in the comment section so we can actually confirm that. But for now, DM on support, taking more risk and tackling harder. In the number 10 position, you have an attacking midfielder here, and the attacking midfielder is on attack DT. He's going to hold up the ball, he's going to take more risk, and he's also going to move into channels and try to tackle harder. Most of the players in this team actually have the instruction to tackle harder. I noticed it kind of works well on Football Manager. If you look at the wide players, then we have an inside forward here on the right hand side. He is currently on support DT, taking more risk, sitting narrower, tackling harder, and marking specific position. And the specific position ideally is going to be the left back on the opposition's team. So the right inside forward is marking the left back of the other team, and then the left inside forward is marking the right back of the opposition's team. So we can see here mark specific position, right back, and then the only other instruction is to sit narrower and tackle harder. For the center forward is an advanced forward on attack duty. He's going to be taking more risk and then tackling harder. Now going into the team instructions, we're going to start with out of possession instructions first, and the team is going to play with a much higher defensive line. I think this is also similar to the Miracle 1 tactic. They have a high press selected, and there's a much more often trigger press selected for this tactic. If you look at the team, it's also preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. They're getting stuck in, stepping up more, and inviting crosses. I think every instruction here is similar to the Miracle 1 tactic. If you look at the way the team sets up in transition, then you can see that they're counter pressing and countering the opposition, also distributing the ball quickly and rolling the ball out. When the team is in possession, then what they're going to do is to play with a very narrow width. Now, what I noticed the Miracle 1 tactic has and the God of Chaos tactic does not have is the underlaps on the left and on the right hand side. I think in the Miracle 1 tactic, this is actually selected, but for here, they're only focusing the play down the right and down the left hand side. Your passing directness is shorter, but they're very high tempo. They're also passing into space and playing low crosses. The team is also going to run at the opposition's defense, and the general mentality for this system is all the way up in attacking. So now we have the system. We've looked at all the player rules, we've looked at all the team instructions and all the internal player instructions. That is the God of Chaos tactic version 1. You can find it on FM Arena and let me know what you think about the tactic, or you can look at it side by side with the Miracle 1 tactic and see what is really different from the systems. So I have imported the Miracle 1 tactic into slot number 2, and if you go ahead and just take a peek at the Miracle 1 tactic, you can see that the sweeper keeper slightly changes. So this Miracle 1 tactic has a super keeper on support duty, so not as similar as the God of Chaos tactic. And of course, in the transition or in possession phase, the underlaps on the left and the right hand side are selected. And of course, the passing is slightly shorter in the Miracle 1 tactic. And of course, the tempo is slightly higher in Miracle 1 tactic compared to the God of Chaos. The God of Chaos is a bit more aggressive and has a slightly higher tempo, in fact, an extremely higher tempo, so not even slightly higher tempo. They're also playing for set pieces in the Miracle1 tactic, so that's another thing that we see. Outside that, every other thing is really similar. And just as I mentioned, the defensive midfielder on the Miracle1 tactic is only tackling harder. He's not taking a lot more risk. You're kind of relying on the player's creativity here, which is quite good. In a way, the Miracle1 tactic is more suited to work with most teams, and the God of Chaos tactic, you will have to have an elite squad to actually play with this system and be successful with it. Do let me know what you think in the comment section about these tactics and how Football Manager tactics in general have been working. I have been playing with most of my own created tactics, which don't really rely on having a lot of instructions or a lot of player roles. If you do want to see how I create some of those tactics, I'm going to put a link in the description so you can check out those videos as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.